Today we're going to have a little bit more fun. We've been having some deep episodes lately. We're just really introducing what firsties mean. And like we discussed, this podcast is a safe space for people. The first to do anything, right? Whether you're starting a business, whether you're doing higher education, whether you're the first to date outside of your race or culture and your family, right? The first to do literally anything. I think there's a special characteristic or something very unique or special about you if you're able to be the first to do anything. I think it's really cool and awesome. So go you. Today I want to have a little bit more fun. So it's going to be a little bit more centered around these cards that we have here. Oh, so I didn't even introduce my guest today. How rude of me. So today I have a very special guest. Literally said that the last episode. My cousin Naomi. If you haven't recognized her, say hey, girl.
Hi.
So today, she was actually on my last episode. We got a little deep, right? Just the traumas of dating.
Trauma.
Exactly. Please check out that episode. It's up now. Please check that out. But we're gonna have some fun with some cards here. So I have these cards here. It's actually a gift. It's called Table Topics. Do it yourself therapy.
The little case is like, I'm feeling the
it's
case.
So cute, right? Just a little clear moment
like
to help with my like farmhouse vibe. Yeah. So we're not going to do this entire deck here, right? But we're going to do a couple here and see where this episode goes, right? We might laugh, we might cry, and that's okay.
Oh,
you're definitely going to be entertained. So
are they not just like fun topics?
Some are deep, some are fun.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're just going to
share that
picking.
with me.
So I'll pick them out. Yeah. Notice how I did that. Yeah. Because I knew you would not agree to this episode if it was that case.
I thought they were like fun.
Some are fun, but some are deep. So
this isn't like do this or take a shot. There's like you just answer.
No, you see how she's a party girl? You're such a city girl for that. That's an ick. Okay, ready?
I just like having options. Okay, go.
Okay, so the first question is, oh my God, we're going deep like first time. I literally just picked this. This is not planned. What do you need to let go from your childhood? Should I go first or should you?
No, you can go. Go ahead.
Oh, thanks. Okay. What do I need to go from my childhood? Okay. So some context because everyone here is kind of new. So we come from immigrant parents, right? we're Ethiopian Americans, basically. With that, growing up, because of my birth order, I'm the baby of the family. I have an older brother and older sister. And what I need to let go is the comparison that I sometimes still have with my siblings. Has nothing to do with their reflection on them or a reflection of them. It's actually just a reflection of how I see myself. So, and part of that is because I was taught that from a very young age, from our grades to our sports to where we are in our life stages. So just letting go that my idea of, okay, at 27, I was supposed to be here because my siblings were here when they were 27. Mm-hmm. And that's just not fair because we're in a different path. So I need to let that go. Your turn.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. That was really good, actually.
Beat that.
Ooh.
Makes you think, huh?
Say, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think I would say I need to let go, and I'm working on it. So it's something I think I'm working on it because I was able to say, oh, okay, I think I have this problem and it's okay to not have, like, it's okay to work on it. It's okay for things not to be this way. And it would be like, your parents aren't always right. Like, your parents aren't always right. You do not have to make them
say it for the people in the back.
Like, you don't have to make them happy. They don't have to be okay with your life choices. They don't have to give you a high five.
They do have to respect them, but yeah.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is like, hey, I want to do this because it makes me happy is a non-common narrative in an African. Yeah. Or I don't want to do this, even though this is the norm. Non-common narrative in the African household. Or I want to be with this person, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. Like, whatever it is, I don't have to appease. I have to respect. And I literally, as everyone, like they come before anyone in my life.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
But when it comes to like getting their approval, or they're not always right. And then on top of that, to like, side note, it's okay for you to tell them that they're not all right in a respectful manner. It's okay to be like, oh, that's your opinion. I respect your opinion, but I don't agree. And that's not for me. So I need to do that a lot more. Because like in your childhood, you know, you're a kid.
Respect them.
You have to not just respect, because respect is still there.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about respect, because it's there. It should remain there at all times. Mm-hmm. But my parents said this, so like this is how it has to be, or that thing I need to let go of, for sure.
I don't even think you realized how many people you set free with just.
It's not like what I thought this game was. I just want to let you know that I feel
like
I was derailed.
But I tricked you.
I thought we were.
But I tricked you.
Funsies.
Speaking of, honestly, this is kind of going back on what you just said. Which of your mother's silly instructions do you still obey?
So instructions can be anything, right?
Can be anything.
Okay.
You can go lighthearted or deep.
So
I'm trying to think too.
Mine is like really, it's such a small and simple thing, but I find it so funny. Like I crack up every time. And I had this conversation actually with my cousin on my mom's side. So anytime I ask my mom how she makes something like to eat, like something, typically it's like some Ethiopian dish that I'm like learning how to make, right? So I'll call her or I'll ask her, hey, how much of this do I put in? And like the world is used to like normal measurements, guys, right? Like a cup, a teaspoon, of this, that. So my mom uses her hands. And this is literally what she does, guys. She'll be like, how many people is it for? And you'll be like, 2. And she'll be like, this much. And I'm like,
that's not a real
what is
measurement.
This? And then she'll be like, but to make sure that it's enough, open your hand a little bit, because then you can get more like flour, or you can get, and I'm just
that's not a real measurement.
And then she'll say tabak and lala, which is like to hold your hand tighter,
right?
And alaliu means like loosen it,
yeah.
And it's like this little like measurement game is like,
what are we actually talking about?
So like it's funny because I cook that way.
Oh, so you okay?
I
so
did.
Okay.
I definitely
and
followed
you
her
know what you do in the kitchen.
Like
so.
it's like
it's
so
silly,
like
but
I
that's
have
a silly
all this
instruction.
Stuff that, and I use it.
That's a silly instruction.
I use it every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say my mother's silly instruction, and this isn't really what she taught me, it's just something I saw. Mm-hmm. And actually I'm going to clip this and probably post it on TikTok. And please comment down below, but why do in immigrant households, why do they use stoves and dishwashers as storage rather than actually using the appliance that is
it's not the stove,
they're
it's the
nice
oven.
Yes, the oven is the oven. Yes. So I would say in my home, I hand wash all my dishes and I just let them dry in the dishwasher. Very rarely, like my sister has to turn on the dishwasher and be like, oh yeah, I just lightly rinsed it. But that's the whole point of a dishwasher. Like, what are we doing?
Why aren't smarter, not harder is not their thing. They don't like that.
I'm move on to the other one.
No, but they don't like that. Wait, we have to go back. They don't like that one. They really don't like.
Oh, they don't.
That's not like their thing. Yeah. And 2, the oven thing is
like, what is that about?
It's because name one Ethiopian dish that requires the use of an oven. Name one. Yeah, like. There is not a single dish they need the oven for. They didn't grow up using the oven. There's not a single dish they literally need the oven for.
My mind is blown.
No, can you name one? Like, I'm not even trying to be funny.
No.
Like, even the stuff that they fry, it's like either oil fried or pan fried or steered. Like, they don't need the oven.
Whoa, my mind is blown.
The only time I think I see Ethiopian mothers use an oven is to make lasagna. Tell me if I'm wrong. Like, what else does your mom use the oven for?
What does life even mean?
Like, I don't even think like they roast chicken. Like, they don't like it's.
You're right.
Sorry, that was like a side.
Yeah, but my mind is blown.
Side note.
Comment down below if that happens to you as well. This is kind of funny. Did you have an imaginary friend?
Oh, like growing up?
Yeah. No, Nami as a 27-year-old.
I'm 28.
Yeah. Okay. Same thing.
No.
I don't think I did either.
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't either. No, I was too busy doing algebra.
Yeah.
To have friends, to have imaginary friends.
You're like, my OCD is going off. I'm like stacking them, and you're like,
okay.
Sorry.
Your mom is coming out.
I'm just saying.
When does your father's voice haunt you? I'm like 24/7. Like 24/7.
I'll let you go.
When does my father's voice haunt you? I'm gonna keep this lighthearted too. In my last episode, I talked about how much my dad is actually a fun character, and he's not the typical like African strict dad. In some ways he is, some ways he isn't. But I'll say when I'm out and I'm not like balls to the wall, I feel like my dad's like, what are we talking about? Like, I feel like my dad wants me to be more fun, more like carefree, whatever. And I'm a little bit more careful in how I like move in the world. And so I think he wants me to like let my hair down a little bit more, be a little bit more let loose. So I'll keep it a little bit more lighthearted. So I feel like his voice has haunted me when he's just like, have fun, like go date, go do like whatever. I know that's not always the case with everyone, but that's just how it is with my dad. So I'm gonna keep this one lighthearted. The next one I'll be like a little bit more serious. Go on. There you go, ma'am.
I just like
where she freaks out on me.
I have a few.
Okay, well, this is only a 30-minute show, so
I have a few. Like
wrap it up. We're already at 12 minutes. Take your time.
It really is a few things. Like
my impatient ass, I'm like, okay,
his voice haunts me when like.
That's just the end of the sentence. His voice haunts me.
Yeah, like if I'm taking a shortcut on something, which is not always a bad thing. Like I said,
not harder. But again, he's very much like, this is a system. So don't like reinvent the wheel.
Even when I'm like about it, I'm like, like you'd hate this. Or if I'm like, how much further can I drive with my gas on E?
Oh, he would never do that.
Like, yeah, he's so like, it's a quarter tank. You need to fill up your gas. You're going to ruin your car. That's how you take care of cars. Like, you're going to ruin your car. There's like bad oil sitting at the bottom and da-da-da-da. Mind you, my father knows nothing about cars. But like, I'm always like, and my car's always on E. I'm one of those that like.
First of all, we can talk about your driving, but that's a whole other topic.
I'm so lazy. But it like, I hear his voice. Like, I know he's never in my car. He's never looking, but like, I'm like, oh my God, he'd kill me right now.
Right.
So it's like things like that. Like when I'm.
So those things to, I don't know, to keep you safe, make sure you're not stranded somewhere. So, all right. So we'll move on.
Just saying.
We'll do a couple more and then we'll wrap up. Which of your parents' quirks made you nuts?
Let me see.
I know one, like, it's screaming at me right now.
Go ahead, you go first. I need to like think about this.
When my father and Fie, I love you so much. Not the disclaimer before I do it. But honestly, comment down below because I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. We actually talked about this in another episode. A Habesha African dad in an airport trying to get on a flight is the most stressed, most ridiculous. Look at Nami with her head down.
I just like
can you not relate
cringe.
More? So my thing is anywhere. We have to be at a Thanksgiving dinner by 6. My dad wants to be it's 30 minutes away. My dad wants to be on the road by 3 p.m. Like that's how it is. And also when he's ready, doesn't matter if he took his time and we are very quick. When he's ready, he wants to go. Does not matter that it takes us longer to get ready. We're doing our makeup, hair, getting ready, having our little kiki. It doesn't matter. So I would say my dad, or the promptness and the way especially in an airport, it's just, whew, again, love you, Fiat. Now, let me tell you this. I've been late on a flight before. My dad's never missed a flight before. My dad's always on time. He likes to be early. Like when he says he's going to be there at 4 p.m., he's going to be there a little bit early. But sometimes we get there. We don't have to get there right at 6 because my cousins are not showing up till 7, 8. Our Thanksgiving dinner. Me and my family are there first. And your dad comes in at a reasonable time. You know what I mean? Like, so that would be mine. Sorry, I feel like I had to get that off my chest. But I know you felt that. Is that yours too?
Absolutely. Like, I can't even like, okay, so which one of your, okay, so yeah, I would have to say it's my dad. It would have to be my dad. And it like, not only does it like make me nuts, there have been times where I've had to like breathe in a brown bag. Like, and it's not just airport. Like, you narrowed it down a little to the airport. Airport is a whole test of my patience and my relationship with God.
Yeah.
Like, that airport is another level. Road trips when I was younger, like getting out of the house, getting packed and going on a road trip, going to people's houses when we were younger. I like thank God that like my parents gave me a car when I was younger and I could go to places on my own.
Must be nice. Yeah.
No, I'm like, I hated going somewhere with my dad.
Because it's
Love
on
you,
his time.
but like that rush
is
like
ridiculous.
My heart would beat so fast, and it's just like you're racing for no reason to be the first person at the place.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it almost like I'm entering that place in like such a crappy mood because like I'm like stressed out. Mind you, today I can't remember the last time me and my father went to like a gathering or a family's house or anything in the same car. Typically because we're both going from different places.
Almost always.
And like every time, like when we leave from there, we both have different plans. Like just
or
for
you're going
like
somewhere after that. Yeah.
Like it just makes sense logistically. Not because I'm like, oh, I can't. But I don't experience it as much. There's only one time that I experience it. And it's literally one time. When I travel a lot, right? Like I haven't gone that many places this year, which makes me sad. But I like to travel. And I always Uber. Like, I don't even say I need a ride or something. But the one time that I, till today, deal with my father's quirk that, like, annoys me is when reason being, you take, like, 3 large luggages. You have, like, different things with you.
Everyone knows that trip.
Yeah, you have, like,
Ethiopia.
You have 3 or 4 luggages, a carry-on. Like, I'm not going to get 2 Ubers. Like, and like most of the time it's like I don't want to go in an XL Uber, and then like my dad's like, no, you're going to Ethiopia, like you have to go with family, like somebody has to drop you off when you're going to Ethiopia. It's just really hard. It's really tough. And he wakes me up like 3 hours before the intended time on my alarm clock, and he's so early.
Nami, I hear you.
And I get on that plane almost in tears because I'm like stressed.
Yeah.
Sorry, we really elaborated on this question.
Yeah, no, that's I hear you.
Guys, I mean, it was bad.
Yeah.
It still is bad.
Right. Okay, so we'll do like 2-3 more and then we'll wrap up.
Before you read that question, I'm so sorry. I feel like it's because they got their ass beat. Like, what is it that made them that way?
Probably that.
Like, did their parents do it?
Probably that.
I mean, for reference, her dad is my dad's older brother. So I'm assuming they have that same characteristic because, like, maybe they, like, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like.
No, it stems from their childhood. It's learned
like,
behavior.
What happened there?
It's learned, who knows, honestly. But it's learned behavior for sure. I agree with you.
And then his daughter is like 3 hours late to everything. He must really hate me.
That's a whole other thing, Nami. This girl is so late. Not so late, but she is like 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Oh my God.
Ridiculous. Like it's 6 p.m. Nami. Dinner's at 6. Reservations are at 6.
I know it's bad. It's bad.
And she's like, oh, order ahead of me. Like, yeah, girl, you think I'm going to starve here?
I don't know.
So to everyone out there, all those girls out there, anyone who's late, your friends don't appreciate it.
That's like.
Your family doesn't appreciate it.
But that must really irk him about me, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's an ick, actually. Yeah, it's not
probably.
an irk. It's an ick.
Like, he's probably, okay.
So you need to figure that out.
Sorry, we can move on. Sorry, I just had to get all that out.
What self-help book really helped you? There's one obvious one.
Are you going to say the Bible?
Yeah. Well, he do it. No.
The most read book.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but, well, yeah, but,
Ooh. I'm going to refer real quick to my Kindle.
Look at her. I definitely said no phones on set, and she fully pulls out her phone.
No, because I don't want to get the author's name wrong.
What is wrong with you?
I don't want to get the author's name wrong.
Okay, while you get that, I'll share mine. I would say the most informative book is Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. If you haven't read it, please read it. It's basically just a deep dive into the top 1% very successful people and what really, when you boil it down to what is their, what's the common thread? What's the common characteristic? I find that very, very interesting. And on that topic, that is why my podcast is called Firsties. It's for a lot of the 1%. It's their first time doing it, and somehow they became the best of the best. So I find that very interesting. So that is why my show is called Firsties. Shameless plug. Follow us on Firsties Pod everywhere. Go on, Naomi. Yeah. Go on, Naomi.
Eckhart Tolle. Tolle or Tolle? Sorry. I'm pronouncing your name wrong. A New Earth. Like The Power of Now.
Yeah.
A New Earth.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
So there's two of them, but I don't know. Did you read both of them?
A little bit of The New Earth, but Maisie read it and she keeps
I think I like A New Earth better than The Power of Now, but they're both good.
Okay. So let's do, actually I want to see.
Not you picking.
Okay, so I'll just do two more because I'm like, there's so many good ones. So let's just two more and then we'll wrap up. Mm-hmm. A lot of this is about your parents, which is interesting. What surprises you most where you ended up in life? Now, ended up is in air quotes because, again, we're still fine and fabulous, okay? But at the age 28, 27 years old, what surprises you most? I have to really think about this, so you might have to go first. Ooh, I have a good one.
I have one.
I think
I have one. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I always thought that me and one of my best friends used to always say, I have to put your name out there, ready? And I used to always say, by 26, we will be married, and by 30, we'll have 2 kids. We said this when we were like teenagers.
So specific.
I know. We were like,
damn.
we were so sure of it. And like, it just surprises me that it's not even in like the near future.
Right.
It's not even like something I'm like looking at.
Yeah. No, yeah. And that's okay.
No, it is. I've gotten okay with it, but it does surprise me like how.
Because imagine if you had a kid right now.
It's
like,
just,
what? I could barely take care of myself. Okay.
Oh, that's not, I wouldn't mind having a kid right now.
That's wild.
Different
that's
subject,
a wild
but I would,
statement.
Yeah, I'd love to be a mom.
Go to the next episode. That's a wild statement. Okay. What surprised you most about where you ended up in life? I would say kind of similar to what you said, but really with the job that I have right now, I travel a lot. Mm-hmm. And if you told me 5 years ago that I would be doing this, I would honestly be terrified. All right, guys, we are back after that short message. Be sure to follow us everywhere, Firsties Pod, where you get short clips and get behind the scenes content as well. So this last question here, and then we'll wrap up. What do you say that sounds just like your mother or father?
Ooh.
I'm like trying to think. Where you don't even realize that you're like, oh, that sounds like Wale or my mom. I'm trying to think.
Mine isn't a word.
It just says. It doesn't have to be a word. There's no rules to this, love.
I have 2, but they're both not words. Do you have some?
What do I say that sounds like I'm having a tough time thinking of it, so you might have to go first. Oh, I know. There's this one. This is actually really, really sweet. I've gotten this from my dad. My dad has told me multiple times. He always tells me this when he sees me too. When we were younger, it's mostly about education. As we've gotten older, he's emphasized more on character, which is great. Mm-hmm. And he says, make sure to have a green heart. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. And he said, when you think of green, you think of something that's growing. You think that's something that gives life, right? You think of a plant, and that's how you should imagine your heart, and that's what your love should do. Is help people grow, make them feel safe, and give them a breath of fresh air, similar to how plants literally gives us, oxygen. So, and he said, don't think of it as a red heart. And that seems very simple, but he always says, literally in Amadanya, he says, keep a green heart. And so that's probably something I would share with friends or family, like keep a green heart. So when you look at love, if you think of it from a green heart, it just, I don't know, I feel like it changes your perspective more than like a red heart. Does that make sense? I feel like I didn't do good to explain that, but that's probably it for my father. Why are you looking like that?
Because I took it like literal, like not like advice or like something that your parents say that you say. I took it like literally.
Is Sheila? Let's hear her.
So,
hey, G.
It's like my mom and my grandma always say, Menote. And I say that a lot. Like I say that a lot by myself. I say it like when something happens. And then I think I have the typical 60-year-old Ethiopian
Basma?
mom scream. Yeah, like when something happens. Like, Basma, Wayne. Like, ooh.
Why are African moms so dramatic?
Like when something.
Answer that.
No.
Comment down below. Ooh. Like, why?
So, yeah, like when something happens, I think I make those noises.
Yeah, and you are so dramatic. Like, simmer down.
And I make those noises, and it doesn't around people that understand.
Right, yeah.
Like,
so
it's
poor
around
your friend.
like,
Not all your friends are Habesha.
Yeah, like it's around everybody.
It's like
and I think
and then
like,
everyone else.
Yeah, like when something happens, I'm like, like I have that like reaction.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good way. I like that we ended on that. I really do. I love that we ended on that. So that is we're wrapping up this episode. That is it for this episode, guys. Here, we had so much fun with these card games. We might do more of these. Again,
it's not what I was thinking.
I know. I tricked her into doing it. I had to. Make sure to like, comment. Please leave a review, guys. It helps me out a lot. Thanks again for coming on, Nami. Nami actually is really nervous to do this, and then she's really liking it, so she might be here for long. We don't know.
We'll see.
Yes. And then also comment down below what other topics you guys would like us to talk about, because I would always love to hear your feedback. Again, follow us everywhere, Firsties Pod, everywhere. That is Firsties Pod. Follow us everywhere, guys. Thanks again, and take care.
Bye, guys.